All right, I think it's going now. All right, doing no intro. Gonna go over fantasy stuff. I'm gonna rant about the Colts a little bit too, and IU. Hold on. All right, I'm starting with fantasy. Went on one last week. Did not have a great week with Higgins getting hurt, Godwin getting hurt. Adams and Butker all got hurt. Packers defense did literally nothing. And then Josh Allen balled out. Kamara and Henry didn't do too much. McCaffrey had a good game for me, but all around, what's his name? Kittle was hurt. So, yeah. So I got beat 187 to 126. I lost to Marcus. This week, let's see. I'm playing Jake. He was at the football game last week. He was with Chase. So Kittle is still projected points this week, but it said that he wasn't going to play on Sunday. He's not moving towards a place to play. Adams, I need to see. Adams. Wow. Jamal Adams is only 26 years old. All right, well, Adams is done. Can I move him to IR? No. All right. Jamal Adams is on the IR, which opened up a bench spot for me. Him getting hurt, I wasn't going to come back against Marcus, but that still kind of sucks. Butker's out, but I have another kicker. Dude, Kittle, I gotta read about Kittle. Rosie's. All right, well, I need to pick up a safety. This is gonna be somewhat of a shorter video, probably. On Bell. Von Bell. I choose you. So Von Bell. Oh, I got Buda Baker. Rogers. DMC. Higgins. See, I don't want to drop Butker altogether. The off chance. Oh. Yeah. He's rolled up for a Thursday game. It's Wednesday night. But so I'm playing Jake this week. So right now Jake has the advantage with Mahomes playing tomorrow over Lamar Jackson, Miami. I got CMC over DeAndre Swift because they're playing so Mahomes versus the Chargers is better than Lamar versus Miami. Christian McCaffrey is better versus the Giants than DeAndre Swift versus the Commanders. Then Fournette, Adams, Diggs, Kelsey, CeeDee Lamb are all better than Chubb, T, Robbie, TJ, and Mark. Excuse me. Now the only thing keeping me somewhat in this is the fact that TJ Watt is out with a torn pec. He'll be out for about 6 weeks, I think. Doesn't require surgery. So I win at the tackle, D tackle, and the defensive end. But see his bench. He'd have to pick up an end. So I win those two. He wins at linebacker, corner, and safety, which is weird. He has a safety from the Chargers, and he has Mahomes and Kelsey. Like you'd want to offset that. I went defense. He wins kicker, and then neither of us went head coach because it's just kind of it's hard to explain. You get points for head coach based on their margin of victory. So, I mean, that's how it's going. Peace. League home. All right. So at draft day, projected to finish fourth. Still fourth. That's not good. Anyway, so this is my first conference opponent, my only conference opponent. And we actually implemented a rule this year that the loser, whoever loses the league, has to draft only white players. And I think that's gonna be interesting because I mean, let's just go through and look right now. All right, quarterback, that's easy. Running back, yeah, Rex Burkhead. No, you can't filter by race. Got Rex Burkhead. Dude. I mean, Kyle Juszczyk, Andrew Beck. Yeah, Thielen, Cooper. Let's see. Oh, Pierce. You got Pierce. Tight end flex are easy. Tackle. Let's see. JJ Watt. Greg Gaines. Zach Allen. That won't be hard. And you got the Bosa's. Highsmith, Hubbard. Corner. This is where it's going to get tricky. Corner. I don't think there are any. Dude, there aren't. Safeties. Harrison Smith. Jesse Bates. No, just Harrison Smith so far. Dude. That's gonna be tough. Oh, Andrew Wingard and Daniel Sorensen. Okay. So you have a couple options at safety. Are they? Sorry, kicker's not too hard, neither is head coach. But that's what my lineup looks like this week. That's what can't think. that's what the projections look like for us. So, all right, I'm going to rant right now about IU football. I'll start with them, then I'll go get to the Colts. So I didn't get a chance to watch the game. I was watching the Cardinals play Pittsburgh. This past weekend, I was up in Fort Wayne at a wrestling tournament coaching, and all day I heard from one of the kids, Lane Falkenberg. Oh, Coach Kim, Purdue beat Indiana State 56-0. I'm like, well, that's not like that great of a win in my opinion. That's like me as a grown adult, sorry, beating children. It's not that impressive. Indiana State's not that high caliber of a football school. So Purdue fans, you shouldn't put that feather in your cap, in my opinion. But then IU played Idaho, and I think it should have been the same score. IU should have been putting it on them, but I get it. It was raining and whatnot. But to go into halftime losing to Idaho, they're not even a Power 5 conference. I don't get it. I like the culture that Tom Allen has created, but he needs to start winning. He needs to start recruiting better. And that's like my only complaint. I mean, they came back and won, but it's Idaho. They got Western Kentucky this Saturday. I think they lost to them last year, 2 years ago. Actually might have been last year. And it's just IU football. The frustrating thing about IU football is they are bad. They are good for 3 quarters. They'll play Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Minnesota, Iowa, like all these schools. Really tough. And then fourth quarter, like, hey, we tried. We had a good game. And then they just, I don't know what they do, but as a fan, for my mental and physical health, they can't keep doing that. They need to figure it out. And then, so I figured I would talk a little bit about Colts football. All just Blankenship getting cut. Actually, I'll address Blankenship getting cut first. So I watched the game until it was 20-3. And then, like watching IU, for my mental and physical well-being, I turned it off. Now I get it. They came back and they tied. And people are like, oh, you should be happy. They didn't lose. They tied. Well, that's the first tie in 40 years. Yes, they did break a 20-year record of losing the first game. But then they still haven't won a game on opening weekend. So that's just very frustrating as a Colts fan. And I will say that Matt Ryan looked more mobile at some points than Carson Wentz ever did, which is weird because Wentz was known for his mobility and his athleticism, whereas Ryan was a pocket passer and he had great poise and presence in the pocket. But there were times he looked better than Wentz had ever, like athletically. So anyway, where was I? So Blankenship. I'm not a kicking expert. I can kick a ball, but not like these NFL kickers or even college kickers. So someone did a deep dive, did an analysis of ball placement, the holder, whatnot. So if you don't know, Colts have a new punter who holds for field goals and whatnot, or just field goals. He's only been with the team for like maybe 2 weeks. That's not a lot of time to bond. because Rigoberto Sanchez ruptured his Achilles tendon doing wind sprints during practice. So they pick up this new punter, and the kick that Rigo missed for like the game winner, I mean, it wasn't a perfect hold, but I mean, as a kicker, you should be able to overcome that. And he's an adult, so he said snap was good, hold was good. That's on him. He just needs to execute. Excuse me. But it's just, I don't. It's not that he didn't get a fair shake. I get it. He was on thin ice, but someone went and did a deep dive and saw that it was a bad hold. I mean, as a coach watching film, you should see it. Bad hold. We'll give him one more week. It's against Jacksonville at Jacksonville, which we haven't won in a long time. That makes me very nervous, because I don't get why we can't perform down there. It's like our kryptonite. It's our Achilles heel that we can't win in Jacksonville. Now I will say Pittman Jr. had a great game. He had like 7 catches for 121 yards and a touchdown. Pierce, he has to catch the ball. He just needs to be better. Jonathan Taylor did Jonathan Taylor things. Hines, I mean, he had one muffed punt, I think, but you got to be smart. You got to be disciplined. You got to look it all the way in. Since I'm talking about football, I would talk about Monrovia football, but I know some of the people that watch this are on the football team. I love them. I'm not going to say anything negative. The only thing I want to say is when they face adversity, they need to still hold their heads up. All this tripping on the sidelines I saw last week, those aren't the kids I know. But there's still time to improve. What else? What else do I want to address? I'll say this right now. Like I said, I've said it in previous videos. Kids from Monrovia, hey, they found this. I'm not mad. I figured it's bound to happen. I just hope they enjoy it. One kid yesterday or today, I can't remember, came up to me, told me he liked it. Jake, one of my wrestlers, showed him, and I honestly can't tell if he was serious or not. But I mean, if he did, that's cool. If not, then I mean, it is what it is. And then I just want to say that I am wrapping this up. I took a muscle relaxer for my back 3 hours ago. My eyes are very heavy. I wanted to put this out, so there's something, since I didn't put anything out today, I want to put something out tomorrow, get fantasy stuff in, cult stuff in before the new fantasy week starts. And I'll do this every week. It won't always be on a Wednesday. Hopefully I can upload it on Wednesdays, and then it'll be ready like for your consumption, for your viewing pleasure, Wednesday or Thursday if you ever get to it. I'm probably not gonna do an intro with this. I mean, I'm already at 20 minutes going off on a beat, and I didn't intend for the video to be this long, but so I want to reiterate: Fantasy Week 1 could have done better if people weren't hurt. IU needs to start playing with a chip on their shoulder. They need to know that they kind of are the laughing stock of the Big Ten. They're the laughing stock of college football, in my opinion. They need to get their act together. They need to recruit better, play better. Schools like Idaho and Western Kentucky, they don't play Big Ten competition, so it should be a runaway win. Colts, they need to figure it out. I know the kicking game isn't perfect, but I mean, when you add 1 week, an extra week of games, you take away an extra week of like preseason. How do you expect people to get better? What do you expect? I mean, probably you should want Blankenship to be kicking in his free time, but honestly, how feasible is that? They need to make better choices as an organization, because I feel like they're starting to look like the Browns. Actually, I want to talk about the Browns real quick. Their new logo, ugly, ugliest thing I've ever seen. I think I would rather don an entire Cubs uniform, a Patriots uniform, I can't think of. I'd wear Purdue stuff before I would wear anything with that ugly logo that they're gonna put in midfield at the 50. If you don't know what it is, look up Brownie the Elf. Excuse me. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's a bad idea. It is literally awful. I think they were fine with no logo. It's like when the Redskins, I still call them Redskins, sorry. When the Commanders is worse than football team. Like football teams like, hey, we're a football team. It's kind of like an ironic thing that we're called football team. Commanders, it's like, it's okay. But anyway, all right, almost 23 minutes going off on this beaten path on this trail. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back next week. There will be no intro, so if you like this, feel free to drop a like down below, share this video with a friend, or if you're feeling generous, that subscribe button. As always, stay tuned. Till next time.